we'll just give you a chance for an opening statement, but if you would just direct it toward the context of what this game means versus having them beat you in the same round last year, getting the chance to do this and finishing them off after being behind all night.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny after last year's game. I was there with the coaching staff, and pretty shortly after that game ended, we felt like we didn't play our best. But I said to those guys, we knew we had a lot of returners, both teams. And I said to my staff, I said, we're going to see those guys again. We actually ran some of their plays. I don't think it helped us necessarily to start the game or anything, but to start our season, and for it to come full circle the way it did, and to battle the way that we battled, just speaks about the character of these guys. And it kind of is a quick summary of our season. We had some ups and downs this year, but these guys, they just don't stop fighting. The love that they have for each other and the belief that they have in one another is something special that I've never been a part of before. It's an honor to coach them. I'm fortunate to inherit guys like this. I couldn't be more proud of our group.
Matt, when you got it started in the first half, your team had been behind for so much of the first half. You hit the 3 to tie at 24, and I know not a lot went right for you the rest of the half after that, but what did that moment mean for you guys to know that you had fully answered and that you were going to have a chance to compete in this game tonight?
I mean, I really think it was just, a little spark for us. That's all we need, the type of guys we have. That little spark will just get us going. I know what followed that maybe wasn't exactly what we wanted, but at the time that we stopped their run right there, and that's what we needed to do.
Jeff, it seemed like the ball was finding its way to you a lot tonight, particularly when Ty was out in foul trouble. You were taking a lead on offense and making it go through you. How were you able to keep the offense going when you weren't necessarily in that full rhythm that you wanted to be in?
Well, Coach said to start the game for our game plan was just get it inside and be patient, make slow moves, and look to facilitate for guys. If I didn't have a move, if I had a score, just go take it. But that's what I was just looking to do: chase the glass and be strong inside.
Coach, there were some warning signs there, and that last minute of the first half was pretty rough, and then starting the second half was as well. You found yourselves down 12 when you called that timeout. What was the message to the team in that crucial moment?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because the same thing happened last year in our game. We tied out. We actually had 24-23 lead against these guys last year, and they had a 6-point lead at halftime. Then they came out of the half and increased the lead again. We were fortunate to play well and get it close, but last year we never overcome that hurdle. So this year, falling down 12, when we called that timeout, we just said, do what we talked about, really. Play for each other, play together, and then in terms of the defense, just make the plays we kept talking about. So it's kind of following through with some action to make the plays that we needed made.
So, Matt, out of tonight now, you're going to play either Tufts or Babson, teams that you're certainly familiar with, that you see and pay attention to all year long in New England. What are you going to need to do to just look at it like, another New England season game and not as, the big, huge stage that the Elite Eight is?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we're looking at both these teams throughout the whole year. So, I mean, we're looking at their matchups, who they're playing, who they're not playing. I mean, we're looking at it as just another game, another step. So, last year we were unfortunate to fall to Sweet 16, and now we're at the Elite Eight, and just another step in the process.
Jeff, you and Ty both picked up fourth fouls when the game was pretty close, pretty late. How were you guys able to both stay out there and still be able to make plays even though you had that hanging over you?
I think we just started with our team defense. We played really well together. We were rotating, we were scrambling, we were doing everything we needed to do. So guys like me and Ty didn't pick up our fifth. We were just being solid defensively and just playing our game, really.
And Coach, you were the only team that got in at large out of the Little East this year, and here you've run off 3 wins. What does that say to you about the quality of play in your league?
Yeah, I think our conference is one of the top 2 or 3 conferences in New England year in, year out. We had some really good success against teams in some of the other conferences across New England. We had wins against, UMass Boston beat Tufts, UMass Dartmouth beat Tufts. We beat, ultimately Amherst for the regular season. We beat Trinity. All 3 teams beat Trinity. The top teams in our conference beat Trinity. Eastcon had a win over Amherst. So I think it kind of speaks to the level, both because we're making runs in the tournament, but also because of the wins that we had in the regular season. I think that was probably a part of us getting in the tournament as well. Some of those big wins that we had against teams in our conference. Just saying that, I think there's a lot of respect for our conference in New England and the level of play in our conference. I'd say it's about as deep as any conference that's out there. Teams 1 to 8 are very good. If you don't show up and play well those days, you're going to lose. It's plain and simple. If you're not ready to play, those teams will beat you, and I think we showed it. They beat us pretty handily at times, teams at the bottom of our conference. And I think it's a little bit different than some of the other conferences where there's, maybe some steps in the conference as you get to the bottom of the conference. We don't see that. So the quality of our league is great, and I think it really helped prepare us to play our best basketball at the end of the year.
Matt, you started the year getting a lot of outside attention. You guys got pretty high in the rankings, up to 13, I believe, at one point. And then, your team has really not been looked at, talked about as much in the second half of the season. Has that given you guys a little extra motivation to prove that you were worthy of that attention you were getting back at the beginning?
I mean, when we started getting that national attention, I think that was not the best thing for our team at the time. Some of us we got caught up in it, and it showed in our record. We went through a couple rough spots, and so I think it ultimately helped us in the long run. We didn't sit on top. We took some bad losses, a couple teams, and I think it eventually kind of just pushed us on.
And then for you, just no matter who you get tomorrow night, whether you get Pileski for Tufts or Nelson for Babson, you're going to have your work cut out for you. When you look at that matchup, turning it around quick tomorrow, what are you going to need to do in order to have your best game in the biggest game?
I'm just going to approach the same way I approached it tonight, just make it tough for them to catch the ball inside and make simple moves inside on offense and not try and complicate things. Be a facilitator and just be solid.
Coach Mike McMahon from the Keene Sentinel. Drama seems to follow you guys around the last couple of weeks here. With the dramatic loss to Eastern Connecticut in the LEC Finals, and then your 3 wins here throughout the tournament so far have gone right down to the wire. How are you guys handling the emotional roller coaster? I'll ask Matt and Jeff the same question.
Yeah, I think we had some sense that we would probably get in the tournament after Easter. And I think we realized that it was a stepping stone, ultimately, that championship to reach hopefully some bigger goals for us. So I think we did a good job of staying balanced after. Obviously it hurt. We wanted to get our 3rd in a row. I think that would have been a nice statement for our program. But we never got too high or too low with that. And then after each win, I think we approach it with an end goal in mind. So we haven't, as we've gone on, reached whatever goal we've had. So we've just been able to stay, pretty. We get emotional after, no doubt about it. We enjoy it after we win, but then I think we move quickly to our next opponent and the next task at hand. I don't think we feel like we've accomplished anything after we've won those games.
Matt,
Yeah, as a player, I'm out there playing, and at the end of these games, it's crazy. Like you said, they're wicked emotional. It's a roller coaster, it really is. But I think this group of seniors and leaders that we have on our team is just too strong for games that come down to the wire like that. So
I just think we're a close team, just like Oz said, and we just got to get at the right times.
yeah.
to be able to play at this stage in New England finally, usually when you guys have been in the tournament, you guys are traveling somewhere. Matt, this is almost a homecoming for you. You played high school ball right down the road. How nice is it to kind of be able to have some local fans come out and have a nice crowd here?
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Like you said, a lot of our teammates are from Mass, so you saw the crowd out there. It's definitely on our side. Obviously they're coming from Virginia and whatnot, but definitely some close family and friends out there, which just can only help.
Definitely helps. Our record at home is a lot better than our record away. So that crowd really helps us. We use that boost, but we like to see it come from the bench. Sometimes it doesn't, and come from us, but sometimes it doesn't. So that crowd really helps. It's really nice to have that.
Coach, on the foul line this year, at the beginning of the year, you guys let some games get away, and you can probably correlate that to the performance on the line. Tonight, you guys won it on the line. Turning that kind of performance around, turning the effort around on the line, and making sure you're sinking those important free throws. What's gone into that, and has that been a key talking point as the season's gone on?
Yeah, I don't think our ability to make free throws throughout our season has changed. I think when we're focused and we're together and we don't get caught up in the moment during a game, then we have the capability to make free throws. We have the capability to be a great free throw shooting team. Our center is our best free throw shooter. Mm-hmm. So, when you have guys like that at positions that typically don't have good free throw shooters, then, you really can shoot a high percentage. So I think it's a little bit misleading the way we shot at points during the game based on our focus in certain games and our approach during some of those games, specifically on the road.